It is halfway through the year, so if you're an author who sets some goals for this year, this is a great time to look at them and see how far you've come along. Do you want to know what this looks like? You can join me looking at mine. Hi, I'm Golden Angel. This is Just the Tip, author tips for authors. And at the beginning of every year, I make myself some goals. About halfway through the year, I start looking at what have I already completed, what am I still looking to complete, and what do I need to do to get myself there. So let's take a look. Behold my wall of stuff. This is directly next to my computer, and this has a bunch of goal stuff on it. So we're starting off, rather than like doing a normal vision board, I made myself a bingo card this year. This is scheduled, so I know that's coming in November. That's the girls' night out. That's a signing at Nora Roberts bookstore. I'm still working on all of these things. I have not done a whole lot to move this. I have no idea how many subscribers I have on my list right now, so I should check that out. I have been trying really hard for this one. That's my other pen name, and I keep sending in requests. One of these days, I'll get it. I don't know if I'm doing a marketing mastermind. I had the idea at the beginning of the year. It's so far fallen by the wayside, so like maybe I can get that up. I am real close to this one. So if anyone wants to go join my Facebook group, it's the Golden Angel Legion Layer. That would help a lot. So to get me to these goals, I have these. I have like a little sheet, or at least half a sheet for each of my series, depending on how much I'm able to do with them. This is Masters of Marquee, so like I already got a BookBub feature deal on it. I'm going to keep applying for Chirp deals for it. Like in June, I really am hoping to get a Chirp series at some point this month. Or I'll do it later. I wanted to look into publishing houses for translations. I have done none of this. I still don't know what I want to put on the discrete paperback cover, so I haven't done a whole lot with that. The Third Wheel audio is currently being recorded. So like I'm looking through and I'm going, okay, I got a lot crossed off on this. And I put things on it like just the release of a book. I didn't do boxes for Scandal. Oh well. I may do that later. The audio is, however, in production. But like, so this is the release of the Dukes and Decent match. I know that that's going to move my needle forward, so I put it on the thing, and then when I'm done, like, this was the release of the Dukes and Decent Scandal. I want to do a Goodreads giveaway. I did one for Scandal. I was really happy with how it went. I want to do some Facebook ads. I want to do I got the Amazon ads running, so I can cross that off. So I do that for all of them, and then as I hit the goals... I start to cross them off. So this is just how I do it. You can definitely get way more granular with it. You can get more specific with it. You can be less specific with it. But one of the things I really like to follow, I think it's called the SMART goals, which is, I'll look that up because I'm like, I know it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. I like to do things that I can track. Like, it's very easy to say, I want to make more money. Okay, but like, how much more? If you make $1 more this year than you did last year, do you feel like you succeeded? If not, then that's because you weren't specific enough when you said how much money you want to make. And that goes into the measurable too. Like, you want to be able to like measure something. Like, I want, more readers. I don't know that that's actually measurable. Maybe I could figure out if I have more new readers, but I don't always know if it's people who have read my books before or people who aren't. You want something that you can say, okay, there's a number that I can put to that. Achievable. And to me, I think that there's absolutely something to be said. Like, I can be a little bit of like a pie in the sky person, because I'm like, well, even if I don't get there, I think, wow, it's this great quote, reach for the stars. You might not get there, but you won't end up with a handful of mud either. And that's very much how I set my goals. But I don't get discouraged by not meeting goals. Like, it just makes me want to try harder. I know there are people out there who, if they set a goal and they don't get it, but they get close, like, to them, that's discouraging. To me, it's encouraging. So you know who you are. So you need to figure out how to, how achievable the goals need to be. in order to encourage you. And you want to make sure that you're not accidentally doing something that's going to discourage you. I try to make all of my goals super relevant. Like, you notice there's not a lot on there like get a viral TikTok, right? You know, like, I mean, I could, if I was going to do something, I would, you know, because I can't control that, but I could say I'm going to make 10 TikToks about the Dukes and Decent scandal in June. That would be something that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. I don't know how relevant. I don't know exactly how many new readers I would get off of that, but I can do all these things and they might move the needle. So that's really how I try to set my goals. So looking at it, I'm pretty happy with how far I've done, what I've done so far this year. I'm still kind of, the direct store is something that I started to try to do, and then I pulled back on it because I didn't really feel like I had the time to devote to it. I think in the second half of this year, I'm going to try to hone in on that a little bit more. I've been having people asking about, I mean, I have my direct paperback store, that's in my link in my bio, but I don't have a direct ebook store, and that's something that people have been asking for, so I think I'm going to try to buckle in on that, and see what I can do. So that's what I like to do. I have my little bingo card. I have all of my series, all the things that I want to do with each of the series that I think will help move the needle forward in my career. You don't have to do it like me, but I really encourage people to have some kind of goal. If you didn't start off the year with one, make them now. It's halfway through the year. You've got 6 months until the end of the year to see what kind of goals you can try to make and create. And really, like, being specific, knowing, you know, like saying, I want to make this much money, and achievable, especially if you're going to be discouraged if you don't. One of my friends who gets very discouraged if she doesn't meet her goals, what we did was, I encouraged her to set up like a tiered goal. Like, here's the goal. Like, this is a goal that I think is achievable. And then on top of that is everything else is bonus. So like, if she hits that goal, amazing. She did what she said she was going to do. But there is also a bonus goal on top of that. And then there's the super, like, crazy, wildest dreams goal that's on top of that. And I can tell you she's already hit that second goal like twice now this year. And so that's what you want to do. Like, you want, if that's what will work for you. Like, I like to go for the crazy high in the sky goal to start with and then see how close I can get to it. But that's how I'm encouraged. She would find that extremely discouraging. And so that's why we set up the tiered system. But you want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that's going to benefit you and benefit the way that you think and the way that you feel about what you're doing. So I hope that helps. Enjoy.